Hello, so this video is going to be about my Crohn's journey, and it's going to be in separate parts, and this video is going to be about my before surgery and what I experienced and went through. So I have a book down with all notes on, so that's why I'll be looking down a lot. So let's get right into it. It was 2007. I was in the car with my mother. We just dropped my rabbit off the vet and we were coming down the hill in the car, and we were in my village, and I said to her, I need the toilet. I was like, wait, stop, we need to just drive as fast as you can. And she was like, I can't, I am driving as fast as I can. So I was like, I need the toilet, I need the toilet, I need the toilet. And thankfully I made it to the toilet. If you can hear that noise in the background, that's my feed making noise, by the way. So yeah, I ran to the toilet, and then that was 2007. I was 10 years old. I went to the GP and he gave me like stuff to try and stop diarrhea and like antibiotics and stuff like that. I think, I'm not too sure, I was 10, and that didn't fix anything at all. It didn't help, and I got referred to a paediatric gastroenterologist, and I went there to see him and then told him everything that I was experiencing, the pain, the abdominal pain, the sick, well, I don't think I was sick, very, the diarrhea, weight loss, blood in my stool, yay, and yeah, I got booked in to have a endoscopy and a colonoscopy in December the 19th, and December 19th, 2007, I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. Then I was put onto steroids, which I'm on now. Love the moon face, and liquid diet for 8 weeks, which I'm on now. Fun. This was 7 years ago, and now I'm on exactly the same. But I wasn't tube fed. I drank this stuff orally for 8 weeks, and it was horrendous. It was disgusting, and I had to mix it with strawberry milkshake to make it taste nicer, and oh, it was disgusting. So I went on over the years from 2007 until 2009. I was on all the drugs you could think of, azathioprine, methotrexate, 6-MP, and just all the different steroids and different, nothing worked. Like methotrexate was working for like a few months, and then it just like, my body just like, no, I don't like this, and well, it did like it, and it was just like, not happening. So in summer 2009, I started infliximab, which is also called Remicade in America, and oh my god, it was a wonder drug. It was amazing. I had the best years of my life for about 3-ish years. It was less than that. It was 2.5, 3-ish years. You know, I managed school fairly well. I missed a few days, weeks here and there. Had a few flares. Had, you know, my own fault for drinking Coke and eating stuff that was bad for my Crohn's, but it was fairly okay. And then it started wearing off more and more in the end of 2012 to 2013. 2013, it just went off loads, and everything got worse. I struggled in school so bad. It was my GCSE year as well, and I wasn't going to go to prom, and then I decided last minute I was going to go to prom, but prom dress like 3 weeks before my prom, and they were like freaking out because it had to be all, that's a different story. And yeah, in November 2013 I had my last infliximab infusion, Remicade infusion, and it was decided that I was to have surgery. I was going to have a bowel resection, I think it's called. I'm not too sure, but basically they were going to remove a small narrowing in my small intestine, and that should fix most of my pain, because they said I had a stricture, a small narrowing in my intestine, and yeah, so that was planned for January 2014. And yeah, I had a sigmoidoscopy, which is kind of like a colonoscopy, but it's only in your rectum and sigmoid bit of your colon, so it's like a half colonoscopy. And oh my gosh, my rectum was absolutely diseased. It was like dead, and so was my colon. So my surgeon was like, oh my gosh, this is really worse than what we thought. We thought it wasn't as bad as what it actually is, what he saw in the sigmoidoscopy. So he told me, bear in mind, I was a 16-year-old girl, young girl, and he was like, yeah, we're gonna, oh my hair, he's like, yeah, we're gonna give you a temporary ileostomy and take out that small narrow end. And I was like, excuse me, what do you mean? He was like, well, face the facts. He told me to face the fact that I'm gonna have a bag one day, whether I like it or not. And I was like, well, that was a shock to the system, being 16 and having a boyfriend, and you know, wasn't very pleased at all with that news. So then at the end of this is 2014, in January 2014, I went for my surgery. I was like, okay, this is just it's only temporary, it's gonna be for like 3+ months, it's gonna be okay. Okay, so let's do it. So I woke up from surgery and I was like, feeling my stomach. I was like, where's my bag? Okay, my bag is there now. But I was like, where's my bag? I was just like, and I was saying to the nurses, I was out of it, and I was like, where's my bag? Where's my bag? And I was feeling it on my stomach, just like, could not feel a bag. And they were like, your surgeon will be in a minute now, your surgeon will be in a minute, wait until your parents come. And I was just like, where's my bag? Where's my bag? I was so confused. So my parents came, and then my surgeon came in and told them that I had keyhole surgery, by the way, that when they put the cameras in to my stomach, they found out that the narrow end wasn't actually narrow, it was just like inflamed. Like it wasn't a hard stricture that like food is still going through it, it was just all inflamed, and that's what made it look narrow. But it was just fatty tissue that was just all inflamed. So yeah, that was it. And then I was very ill until March. I started Humira adalimumab. I like to call it adalimumab because I think that's funny. But yeah, Humira, I don't know how to pronounce it. But I started that self-injection, and side effects were awful. That did not work for me. It was the side effects that was absolutely awful. I lost my hair. My hair's gone really thin. It's still really long, but it's thin. I swelled, I had a swollen face, I had swollen ankles, they were painful, heart palpitations, chest pains, dizziness, oh my gosh, I had like really stiff joints, and it was awful. I could not wait to get off that drug. So I waited until July to see if it would start working, from March until July, and I just basically bedbound because it just did not do any good for me whatsoever. So I had a colonoscopy booked for July, in the middle of July, and I have a new surgeon now, not the other surgeon back in January. I had a new surgeon who was like the adult surgeon, and he did the colonoscopy, kind of. It was so painful because I wasn't sedated at all. They put cannula in and it tissued in my arm because my arm swelled up, and I didn't get, obviously, the sedation, so he could only see 40 centimeters of my rectum/colon, and it was so painful, and it was so disgustingly diseased that I begged him there, and then I started bawling my eyes out to him. I was like, please take it, just please take my colon out, just please take everything, just take it all out. And he was like, okay, I'll see if I can do it next week. And I was like, okay, please. And then I had a phone call on a Friday, like 2 days after my colonoscopy, saying, okay, come in Tuesday, the surgery's going to be Wednesday, and you're going to have a bag for life. And I was like, oh, okay. I wasn't expecting it at all. And yeah, it was like over the weekend I was very crying. I was like, I don't want a bag, I'm too young, I'm a young girl, it's ugly, it's abnormal, people are gonna see it. But I love my bag now. And so yeah, the next video is gonna be about my surgery. I might do, well, yeah, it's gonna be about my surgery, and then the next one's gonna be after surgery. So yeah, thanks for watching. Any questions, post below or contact me. It'll be all in the description. And yeah, thanks for watching.